ready.
Hey guys, it's me again, and another Clone Corner has arrived at your door. This video idea is brought to you by Han Solo229. Thank you very much for this idea. What is this idea? Well, you can read it in the title, it's right there. These are the top 10 clone troopers you can get for $10 or less. It's kind of like the most affordable clones you can get. This list was actually very hard to make because clone trooper prices have really skyrocketed lately. It's very, very unsettling to me how expensive clone troopers are. And I really do apologize to a lot of you guys that are just trying to get into clone trooper collecting, because I've been collecting clones ever since clone troopers have been a thing. So I mean, I've bought a lot of these guys as they came out. That's why some of them are yellowed, some of them are kind of old, because they're my childhood toys. I don't know if you realize that, but I've had these things since like 2005 and earlier. So it's a real shame that clone trooper figures have gotten so expensive. However, there are still a select few clone troopers you can get for about $10 or less. Now, I based this assessment off of sold eBay prices as well as current buy it now eBay prices. Of course, you can go to, say, collector stores, things like that, and you might be able to find rarer clone troopers for less than $10. But anyways, you may be looking at this guy thinking, oh, I've seen him on eBay quite a lot. Isn't he only like $3? Yes, he is, but he's technically not a part of the list because he's a knockoff. He's a knockoff. I bought one of these just because, hey, it's like $2-3. Unfortunately, right when I got it, the elbow just broke. So that's a sign of the quality you're looking at here. The paint's pretty all right. I remember there was some mold flashing I had to remove, but yeah, it's all right. It's very nice and white, I gotta say. It's a little softer. The helmet looks a little odd, as you can see. It's just a little glossier than your average clone helmet. It's still removable though, and you can see the head there. Oh look, the arm just fell off, even though I glued it into place. It's almost like it's broken or something. Oh wait, it is. If you're okay with this quality here, go for it, I guess. But me, like, I just have this guy in my Att Ii. That's where he stays forever. So I'm not really too concerned about it. That's why he's not on the list. However, this figure is kind of a surprise to me that he actually kind of qualified to be on the list. We got the Scuba clone trooper here from the Legacy collection. This guy you can get around $10 on eBay, give or take. Of course, maybe like $13 shipped, something like that. But still, it's around $10, and it's a very nice figure. I would say it's worth the price. Of course, mine's yellowed. Let's not talk about that today. But yeah, I really do like the articulation. I like the design a lot. Any Tartakovsky Clone Wars series thing, I'm a fan of. So naturally, I really do enjoy this figure. It's just nice. It's just a very nice thing. It's a unique clone for your collection. And for about $10, you really can't say no. Next up, we have the original 2005 Att Ii Tank Gunner. And I may be thinking, oh, this guy's not really that articulated. He only has swivels at the shoulders and elbows. That means he's garbage, right? No, it doesn't. He looks very nice, and he's got some of the best, I would say probably the best leg articulation that any clone trooper figure has ever had to date. I just really think it's nice looking. It moves very well. I think this is probably the best leg articulation, like I've said, I've seen on a clone ever since this guy's come out. He can kneel nice. He can spread pretty far as well. You can see that. I think this guy's actually pretty cheap. I think you can get this guy for around $6-7 if you look in the right places. I do like him. I certainly do recommend him. And it's always good to have a gunner, right? Next up, we're moving into some Clone Wars territory. This is probably one of the more affordable Clone Wars clone troopers. This is the original clone pilot. This guy's very affordable because he's been re-released so many times. I believe he's probably had a release on every single card back. Now, technically, this clone pilot is Clone Pilot Oddball. So he's not like a generic pilot, but come on, he's a generic pilot. He's got the generic look. You can even see him with our one-armed friend here. He is just a generic Clone Wars clone pilot. I personally have gotten like 3 of this thing over the past, ever since I've been buying clones, just because they just kind of happen. They're in cheap lots. They're really affordable. This is one of the nicer clones to get. If you have vehicles you need to have pilots for, especially animated Clone Wars vehicles, this is a very nice figure to get. Next up, moving back to realistic and moving back to Revenge of the Sith, we have the Red Clone Commander, or Clone Commander Devis. Yes, he's yellowed. We're not talking about that today, remember? But this figure, man, ever since I got it back in 2005, I'm just... I love the colors. I love I love the articulation. It's just basic 3 3/4 inch clone articulation. He looks very nice with the visor up or down. He's got this nice zipline accessory that I unfortunately don't have right here, but the zipline actually works very well. He's got his pistols, he's got his rifle. He's just got it all, man. And he's still around 10 bucks, too. Like I said, this guy's also kind of been re-released quite a bit. The Revenge of the Sith version is still affordable, but I think it was Legacy Collection re-release he got. But still, this is a very nice clone to get for around 10 bucks. Continuing on with some red troopers, we have the Antenna Mold Shock Trooper. Now this guy is kind of an inclusion of another figure. You can also get the normal Phase 2 Antenna Mold clone, the same mold as this, but just all white with a little bit of battle damage on it, for around 10 bucks as well. But I really want to showcase this guy because in recent years I've gotten 3 more of this guy. I've just gotten them. I've gotten them in from fans. I've gotten them in from like figure lots. I've just gotten these guys because they're really easy to get. He's certainly had his fair share of repacks, and this guy's just really, really nice. I love the deco. It's a shock trooper. I like it. I would say the 501st Trooper is also fairly reasonable, around 10 bucks. Same with the 212th, but they're kind of more on like the $13, $15 end, so I didn't really include those in the list. Next up, we have another Clone Wars animated figure, and this is another surprise to me that he's only around 10 bucks. The Arf Trooper. The Arf Trooper is just a very nice thing. Personally, I'm not too big of a fan of the Arf Trooper design. I just think the helmet is like the AT-RT driver, but a little less cool. It's still cool looking, though. I do enjoy the helmet, but it's just not as cool as some other clone helmets to me. This figure is well known for having ball-hinged hips. I don't think they look as nice as the Att Ii Gunners over there, but hey, they work. They work just about the same. They're kind of swinging out at an odd angle there, but they're nice. He has those hips so he can accommodate riding an AT-RT. He's just, what can I say, around 10 bucks. Nice basic Clone Wars clone, and I'd recommend him. Next up, we have the original daddy of the Clone Troopers, at least the daddy of the articulated Clone Troopers. This is the 2003 Star Wars Clone Wars Clone Trooper. Yeah, this is kind of the guy that revolutionized the 3 3/4 inch articulation for clones. I mean, he's got basically all the modern articulation going on. He's not missing much of anything besides, you know, the outwards at the hips and things. He's very nice. He's very easy to get because he was, yet again, quite the guy to get re-released in various Saga Legends lines and just re-released in general. He's nice, man. He's really nice. He's also been released in multi-packs as well. You can get those multi-packs, like say a multi-pack of 4 of them for about, you know, 35, 40 bucks. So yet again, around a $10 figure. Yet again, it's a shame that these things are still around 10 bucks. So I remember back in the day, you could pick up clones for 5 and less. But yeah, like I said, they're going up in price. So get them while you can. Get them while the getting's good, because they're probably going to get way more expensive within the coming years. Getting close to the end of the list, and I really want to show off this guy because he's, what can I say, he's one of my favorite clones, and he's just really nice. I'm surprised this guy's around 10 bucks. This is the Yellow Bark Trooper. He was released in the Order 66 set, as well as the Legacy Collection in the Saga Legends line. I believe he was re-released. This guy's just really cool. He's a very obscure clone trooper from a comic. He only appears in a couple panels where he's just getting killed by Tushi Sho. There's a guy that looks like Commander Devis, but it's not Commander Devis in that comic. And people tell me, oh, he's actually 327th Star Corps. I don't know where you're getting that information. He was just a guy in a comic. Sure, he's yellow, but he's just a guy in a comic. So, I mean, I guess he kind of is, but, like, who cares? I really like him. I love this Neo helmet with the yellow stripe. This is one of my favorite clone troopers, if you know me. This is actually one of my favorites. So this guy, I'm very happy to say, is only around a $10 figure if you want to get yourself one. Next up on the list, we have my boy, the Phase 1 Clone Commander Cody from the Clone Wars. This guy's a little yellowed because, per usual, he's my childhood one. I've had him since 2008, so 10 years now. I have so many of this figure, though. He's very easy to get for around 10 bucks. He's really easily found in lots. He's just pretty affordable. It's probably because, per usual, he's seen a lot of re-releases. He was released originally in 2008, then 2009, 2010. I believe he also got a re-release maybe in 2011 as well. He's just very easily accessible, and he's only around $10 as well. I certainly do recommend this guy because, hey, it's Commander Cody. He's a good one. He also does have a removable helmet. Yet again, you can also see this in my childhood one because his eyebrows are a little worn off. But whatever, it's all good. It's all good, man. Hey, it's Cody. We all love Cody, right? I saved this guy till last because he's just one of my favorite clone troopers, and you can only get him for around $8. There's a little bit of shipping as well, but if you buy him in bulk from eBay seller Tunghori, he has a lot of them in stock, and he's pretty well known for being a pretty active eBay seller of various Star Wars figures. You can get this guy with the shipping, like additional shipping, for well under $10 each. This is the Phase 2 Clone Wars clone. This guy's just really nice. He's kind of based off of the stone mold, so he only has swivels at the wrists, no ankles. But I think he just looks amazing. That helmet sculpt is so accurate to the cartoon. I just think this is really great. I'm happy to own a couple of these. Unfortunately, sometimes he doesn't like holding his gun too well, but oh well. It's a pretty long gun. It's easy to knock out of his hand. It's very nicely articulated overall. It's a nice army builder. Like I said, Tunghori has them available in stock right now if you want to buy it. It's good. It's good, man. What more can I say except it's a good clone to buy if you want to buy clones for under $10. So there we go, guys. There is my list of the top 10 clone troopers that you can find on eBay right now for about $10 or less. This list could be a little different within the coming years. It could change even tomorrow. It can change pretty easily because clones constantly fluctuate in prices. It's going nuts, man. It's like the stock market with these freaking things. Now, I do know that there are some other Clone Trooper figures that are also about $10 on eBay. I just decided to pick 10 of them because it's a nice rounded number. And also, you know, the prices change on these things a lot. You may find clones for $10 that typically go for $25, $30. I've certainly found clones for $10 that go for even more than that. It's very odd with Clone Trooper figures. I just picked these 10 because these 10 seem to be consistently around $10. Of course, as I've said, that could change as of tomorrow. But anyways, that is my list. I hope you enjoyed watching this video as much as I enjoyed making it. Make sure to comment, like, and subscribe. Check out my social media links down below, as well as my P.O. Box address if you want to send me some meme-orific goodness. And as always, have a good day, and may the Force be with you. Bye.